Hey.
Yeah.
There's a marshal vehicle across the street. The Kilala.
Yeah, I'm on the phone to Charlie. He just gave me the heads up. Sounds good. How's he going? Beautiful. Keep an eye, okay, Charlie? Nino, how you doing?
You hear what I said?
I did.
Yeah. Pulled into the parking lot and then reversed out. All right.
I have Charlie as Overwatch. He just gave me a call about that. He told me that Marshall did in fact leave the area. Everything is good for now. You could say.
You know, you should have your
Lord followed.
decorator make a little bit of space between these. Very awkward to stand. Can I stand over here? How does this look? It's not a good angle. Hold on. What about,
You know, you could just take a seat.
yeah, but who likes standing? You know what I mean? Someone busts through, we gotta be ready. You got the lamp right over here. It gets in the way. How about the couch? You want to sit over here?
You know, this is a conversation that I require you to come a bit closer. There's no sitting around on couches.
Hmm.
You could just stand on the side if you wish to do so.
All right. Let's go ahead and do it. Oh, that's good right there.
Three things I want to speak about. The first, I believe you owe Charlie around 4 million. Is that correct?
Let me see. I owe Charlie. What is it? 6,500 times 300. I owe him 1.95 million. Yes.
I don't think you paid for the undershipment. I believe there are 600 bodies.
No, we did.
If you haven't paid for.
No, he was paid.
You're telling me Charlie's lying to me?
100%. I brought cash each and every time. The only time there wasn't cash was the one, what was it, like a day and a half ago? Was it yesterday? Fuck, all the days are fucking mixing. That's 24 to 48 hours. And I have transactions for all of them.
Charlie, are you sure that Nino owes you around 4 million? Sounds good. Apparently, there are 2 drops that you haven't paid for. One was when you brought an individual to the motel around the corner, and then the one that you picked up the other day.
The one where I brought someone, an individual, to the motel around the corner. That wasn't me.
Richmond, Nino.
Oh. Holy fuck. Okay. Okay. Yeah, yeah. I mean, honestly, whatever. It's fine.
Everything okay there, Nino?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if the guy was paid or not. Pretty sure he was. You sure Charlie's good?
Everybody in my circle are very trusted there,
Mm.
Nino.
Okay.
Be very careful what you say about Charlie. One of my hardest workers, Nino.
Mm. I'm sure he is.
Fortunately, funny story, I nearly lost him the other day. I'll give you some advice. Never invest your money in any sort of submarine in this city. They don't do their actual job, is what I was told.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Anyway,
That's probably why he thinks I owe him money. Either way, money's looking pretty good right now. So, transparently, there's a lot moving through many accounts, cash, wire, etc. Network's only growing, and none of the hands have received even a singular dollar, which to me is a strong indicator of loyalty. Different hands moving different levers, not knowing what the other one does. I think we had our biggest shipment this morning. 210 or 220 weapons. And we're now moving into the next stage, in which the top 3, maybe 4, are going to be doling out to the next batch of folks. So things are going to be coordinated at the top, but the next entities are going to be handling the money movement. So.
I can see that you run a very, very tight ship, which is one of the reasons why we gave you this opportunity.
Mm.
I understand that the money needs to be, you could say, laundered or moved in different accounts.
Mm.
So that $4 million that you owe us, we don't mind waiting a couple of days.
Yeah. And get it sorted on the next one. Bring it all at once.
Next thing I want to talk about. Weaponry.
Mm.
I told you a couple of days ago about the hand we haven't shown just yet. One of our cards being SMGs.
Mm.
I will tell you something that no one actually knows. Last month, in Feb, we had a U.S. military engineer kidnapped. He is the man that has been crafting and working for us by force, you could say. We got word that members of his family have flown into the city, asking questions, talking to certain individuals, peeking into corners that they shouldn't be. Now, we're waiting for this engineer to come to his senses and actually stop making excuses, because I need him to realize that his life is literally in our hands. The next couple of days, I'm going to task a group that we trust to motivate him. Find his family, bring his family in front of him, just for some motivation. The reason why I'm telling you this is because within the next week or two, SMGs will be getting flooded within this city. Meaning prices of ARs, you may need to adjust. But that conversation can happen when the time is right.
My distributors have already been made aware, and not just this time, but they know things can flux. There is going to be something that will need to be brought into consideration. I've noticed a trend, and the trend is pretty interesting. MK2s originally hit the streets, what was it, 5 weeks, 6 weeks ago, alongside the MK1s, the Kalashnikovs. As individuals utilize these things, they notice one hits more, the other one bleeds more. Slowly, the MK2s go the next batch. MK2s become less desirable. MK1s get very desirable. Then the TAC rifles start to circulate. Only a few at a time. We'll see how they react. See how people enjoy the taste. Extra $10,000, only a handful. Eventually, the week follows, everyone wants TACs. The MKs start to reduce on the request list. Not for everybody, but a very noticeable difference. Then one of my distributors, one that I lean on for performance feedback, let's call it. They do a little bit of extra work for me, but also utilize these things in a way that they can let me know if they've been manufactured well. Word gets around. And now even those that are not ready to wield the more rare weaponry are demanding it. Where I'm going with all this is there becomes an addiction to the power of the weapon. And so when SMGs do come out, there is a very real possibility that they may get disregarded regardless of price. Right? No, only time will tell, but something worth considering. And if at any stage you need me to slow the roll on these to make way, just let me know.
I'll give you that call when the time is right. We'll see how the market reacts to the flood of sudden weapons. Now, Nino. You ever think about how fragile this city is? All these buildings, power lines humming, cars flooding the streets like veins full of noise. One press of a button, and it all could go dark. You know. I don't say that because I want to see it burn. I say that because we might need it to.
I agree. I think it's slowly getting to that point. Wait, what the fuck?
The thing is, though, when and if that button does get pressed,
You want me to put my fucking dick in that?
you don't want to be standing anywhere near the blast. Unless someone very important told you to stand there. Unfortunately, some people in our circle that we've given opportunities to do not value the bigger picture.
You can fucking tell me about that. I had, the group that you discussed with me in this room last time, when I said, they need a second shot. There's been, a slight thorn in my side as well. Nothing that can't be handled, but I certainly see what you're getting at.
You see, Nino, we're careful. You don't take swings unless the target's already falling. But when the time comes, if that time does come, I need to know the people we trust are shielded, protected, informed. Everybody knows that if you work with the Faceless, for the Faceless, and you see the bigger picture, you will be protected and informed.
Wait, this
Again,
guy...
though, certain people are blinded by their ego, by some sort of gang culture. They think that the tip of the world that they can step in is becoming a leader of a crew, and that's where it ends. People like Albert. You've always been solid. Present, past. You've been quiet, loyal. That's why we're having this conversation, Nino.
There is, something I, need to discuss with you. And I think it's important that we are honest, so that what may appear like an elephant in the room doesn't actually become one. What is your interest in Lang Buddha?
You fancy a drink, Nino?
Sure. Why not?
Let's head to the other room. Seem like a whiskey guy.
With all due respect, probably best I don't drink anything until this conversation ends.
I'll leave it on the table. the first question. Why the interest?
I think you know the answer to that already. You have an idea of my past? I'm sure you've seen the old records. Him and I being arrested together. We have a lot of history. So my concern, especially with the partnership we have going, that there is potential for let's call it a difference of opinion, that we understand one another.
Wrong.
I gotta give me
Like I said, and
give me just 1 second. Let me just sorry, go ahead. I'm gonna
like
take
I
a
said,
nice drag of this cigarette and get real close to you.
One more thing. You ever heard of the Oracle?
The fuck is that?
Exactly. Be very careful. These marshals are also barking up the wrong tree. You be safe now, Nino.
You as well. Hmm. Fuck did he mean? I gotta dissect. The fuck is an oracle?